where did we leave off? So, my parents not coming to my wedding, and the ghost story. That's where we left off. So, it took a U-turn with these two stories. So, let's first start off with my parents not coming. I cried. I wanted them here. They didn't want to come because they had to work. Some of you guys asked, is that the only excuse? Yes. That was their excuse to not come to my wedding, is because they had to work. I can try to explain it, but I can't. That's it. Like that's it. That's the straightforward answer that they gave me. They had to work. So I was crushed. Legit, I was crushed. But then things had to move. All right. So I was looking back a lot of messages and text messages of just my family and just like pretty much everything. Okay. And just kind of wanted to start off where, and the last point where I stopped asking. So it was May 1st. I have even the pictures. I have a picture of me just like, and a video of me just crying out. And it was with Lynn too. And that was May 1st. And I still remember May 1st. Was it May 1st? May 11th, May 1st, whatever. May, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 7 months. So 7 months. I still remember the day too. When I finished talking to my mom, I called my brothers and sisters and I said, I wasn't even expecting them to come. So it was 7 months. 7 months. I thought it was like 3 weeks, but it was actually 7 months before my wedding, because my grandpa, how do we get this date? Because my grandpa will go and pray to the temple or whatever he did to get a perfect date. And that's how we got the date. It was on September. So the 6th month, the 9th day. Or is it the 9th day? 6 months. January, February, March, April, May, June. Wait. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So the 9th. So September 9th on the 6th day. 69. How that got to be, I don't know. You could pay 69, 96. But anyways, that's not the story, right? We did the celebration on September 9th. No, September 6th of 2022. So there's more than enough dates. So I've looked back on the messages, my brothers and everything. Just look at it, all right? I thought I was like giving my brothers and sisters like 3 weeks notice. It wasn't 3 weeks notice. It was actually 7 months. So within that 7 months, I went back to all the messages of why I've written or where we kind of like left off, and it was 7 months. So it's more than enough, all right? But I didn't expect my brothers and sisters to come just because the price was $5,000 just to come, all right? Even my friends. So I saved you guys, if you guys are watching, I saved you guys a sad sob story on why you guys can't come, all right? So, more than welcome. But I didn't want them to come. I didn't want them to waste that money, because I did tell them that I want to have a celebration here with everybody. So, it didn't happen yet, but it will happen, okay? All right, on to the next. It took a turn. My uncle on my mom's side passed. It was in August. And that's what made the turn. So May, June, July, August. So 3 months after. And he passed. He passed in his RV. But when he passed in his RV, nobody found his body for about like 8 days. And the forensic kind of estimated the time where from this date to this date that he would have passed in these dates in August. Looking back, when I heard that my uncle passed within these dates, I connected with the Ring camera footage. So the reason why I have a Ring camera in my I have like cameras all over my house, outside my house, inside my house, everywhere. Okay, but more specifically, like when I leave, I have more cameras than it is. So the reason why I have it in my washer is because my brother was watching over my house, and I told my brother not to go take a dump in the master room. Right? Don't take a dump. I don't want him to go take a dump. He take dumps anywhere he wants, but don't take a dump. Yeah, it sounds weird. But I just didn't want him to use my washer. I made sure. So the door was closed. Nobody was around. If you guys haven't seen the ghost story, look at it. Some people said they can't see what's going on, but you can see from left to right. Just look carefully. You can see a shadow kind of just like jumping off the counter. But then when you keep looking, like you can see like a blob kind of just when it passes, it changed colors. So it started changing color. Then watch when it got closer to the right side where it's just like there's like a dark background, it changed color. So it's just like you can see it just walking by. Then after I walk by, I have a window just like this in my washroom, okay? Exactly like this. The only sound was this. Like the only way this could have been making a sound is by like this. Like it just kept doing this. And you can hear it. Look, I have goosebumps all on my body, okay? And if you watch the video and just volume up, like after, like the whole video, like the only thing that's at the window is this right here. And all you hear is this, like this. And there's nothing that's in his way or nothing for it to make that noise without something or somebody moving it, right? So you can see the doors closed. You can see nothing. I still remember when I woke up and I seen the footage. I was like, oh man, there's my brother went in my room. I was like, oh man, he better not be taking a dump. But I didn't see the door. I kept looking at it. I was like, what's going on? What is my Ring camera picking up? As I looked closely, it just gave me shivers. But that time I didn't know, like my uncle passed. I didn't know what was going on. So the time I found out my uncle passed, I was still in Vietnam. Was my cousin in Vietnam, like in Hue City, called me and she's like, can you call your mom? I'm trying to get contact with your mom. I was like, hey, what happened? He's like, oh, the uncle passed in Florida. And I was like, oh. And I called my mom, then just had everything. So everything was kind of just like trying to resolve everything in the States. But then he got cremated and was shipped to Vietnam. But the time that he was coming to Vietnam, the thing with the Vietnamese people too, like when there's a funeral, like majority of family, a lot of family has to be there and just kind of it's a weird thing to celebrate. It's like celebrate, but then it's just like you have to, I don't know, I can't really explain it, but it's just kind of just like praying to the dead. That's all it is, praying to the dead. Like in the beginning, my mom wasn't gonna come, but now she has to come. Like it's kind of weird saying that, right? When I said now she has to come, it's just like, yeah, she has to come, but then it's just like, you know, it's kind of weird in a way. But she didn't want to go. She didn't want to go at all too. But then it was kind of weird because my mom, I know my mom. Like every time, like she thinks out loud, but she really says it. So there's one time when I just sitting with my mom. You can see the video when my mom, let's just look back like 3 years, 5 years, 6 years when my mom came to Vietnam. I think I put my mom came to Vietnam and I just took my mom out, but she wasn't there for my wedding. She wasn't there. She wasn't. The thing is with my parents and we've been through so much. My mom would be just following what my dad says. That's like the most terrible thing ever. Like no mindset to an individual. Like my mom would never have her own mindset. So it's just always what my dad says and she follows. And that's like the most terrible thing ever. But there's another thing. This is not the set off of my dad and I relationship. So the set off with my dad and I in a relationship was when we first ever went to Vietnam. Like first ever, like this is my first time ever going to Vietnam. And I told you guys that the first time I ever went to Vietnam, but I didn't go into detail. So that was a set off between my dad and I. But that's another whole story, guys. So just hold on. I might share it, might not share it. And that's where I first lost trust in my dad. 100%. 100%. And I thought we could have fixed it, but even grew worse. It grew worse. But as a guy I am, and you guys see me inviting my parents, like some people question, like, how's your guys' relationship? it's good. It's not something I can hold against him no more. Like, we're just getting older. It's just like I can't hold much grudges against him. If it happens, I'll tell him straight to his face. He will not like it, but it's just like that. So I cannot let him like not see his grandson. I say that. It's just like that. It's a weird bond. Like, it's weird. It's weird, but on to the story. Maybe I'll share my my experience with my dad one day. You know, I have him sitting here too. And yeah, he won't like it. He won't like it, but one day he's gonna face it, right? But anyways, back to the story. My mom. We took my mom out Saigon. You can see in the video too. Like, my mom was just like, kind of. Like, she doesn't like a lot of things. Like, not a lot of things. She just likes staying at home. That's all it is. And I think that's what it is. She's very antisocial. Maybe that's where I get it from, but I don't know. Anyways, back to the story. So I was just saying, my mom always speaks in her mind, and somehow she just says it out of her mouth. One night, we're just talking. Then my mom's like, I wasn't even going to Vietnam, to be honest. No, she's like, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for your uncle to be passing away. I was like, what'd you say, Mom? I was like, what? I didn't say anything. I was like, I literally heard you say it. She's like, I didn't say anything. And that's my relationship with my mom. All right. Okay, on to the next. So, you guys see the video. My mom is at the wedding because of my uncle. And I'm just the guy that kind of, I guess I have to go to your event, you know, person. But yeah, she was in the video. Very awkward. The wedding was amazing. It was great. I didn't let any drama or any nonsense get to me. I just wanted to have a good time with Lynn and just share as much moments and memories as I can with her. So it's all in the video. So the first day, because we had two weddings. One wedding was only on Lynn's side because we didn't find a place that's capacitate two families. So first day was Lynn's family. Majority of Lynn's family. I only had like a table, 10 people on my side at Lynn's place. Sorry. Second day was my family. My family is not as big as Lynn because Lynn's like huge. Lynn's huge, but it took like half of the venue. It took half of the venue. So you can see my uncle, the brother of my dad's, giving a speech. It's not my dad. He looks like my dad. He's not my dad. So the one that was walking out with my mom is my younger brother. No, not my younger brother. My dad's younger brother walking out with my mom. And they're just like distance each other, walking down that. But it's funny. You just gotta have a good time and laugh. I think. Yeah, you can see my uncle. Cause I never even see my uncle. Like, I seen my uncle when I was like, I don't know, like in grade 7. Then, like when I was like 14. Then I don't know where. Like, I'm grown. I'm getting married, and my uncle's giving me the speech. It's like he gave like a very thoughtful speech, like he knew me forever. But it was a blessing for him to be here. You know, it'd be kind of weird. But everyone's like, "Where's your dad?" I was like, "I don't know." Everyone's like, "Where's your dad? Where is he?" I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "He's working." They're like they thought I was crazy when I was saying it. I was like, "No, he's working. He's working." Everyone's like, "Where's your dad?" He's working. He's working. He has work. Like, he has work. He has stuff to do, you know. But I know for a fact that it's deeper than it is. Like him, it's deeper than it is. Like, that is not an excuse to miss anything. The thing that kind of crushed me the most is this. You know, when you were growing up, they're pushing us. They're pushing us to a limit where it's like, oh, you know, you'd be so happy if you grow up, you get married, have kids. I'll be so happy, this and this. Like, they kept pushing that. Like, that was their agenda, to push this agenda toward us. And then when it happened, they're not there. It's like What did you want? Like, what did you want? You didn't want this? It's like, you didn't want this? But that's another whole story too, because my dad and I will never get along, but we'll get along. Isn't that sound? This is weird, right? We will never ever get along, but we'll get along. Not by him, but by me. When I said not by him, because his head is so high up that I will always have to take the initiative to let him be. And that's life. Just gotta let him be. He's only getting older. What should we do? You know? I can't hide anything. I can't take away anything from him. He's just getting older. We're just getting older. It's just like something I will always learn and take from him. Where it's just like, I'll never, ever, ever, ever fall in that footstep that he took. And it's a blessing to see, and I always will see this, where it's just like, this is the road I could have took, but I'd rather take the other road, because this is not where I ever want to put my family into. Never.